Nation states are completely irrational. Nation states are irrational based, they are not based on reason or any scientific logic. It's, for example, I'll give you an interesting, nation states are irrational. They do not respond to any reason or scientific logic. And there are some very interesting contradictions. For example, if a woman has half her body in the United States, if she's giving birth lying on the border between the United States and Mexico, if her body is in the United States side, this child will be born to a $50,000 per capita income. And if she turns around and half her body is into Mexico, she will be giving birth to a child in a society where this baby will be much poorer. Babies who are born in this planet, are some babies more entitled to the Kansas plains? Are the babies born in the United States have more right to the Kansas plain than those born in Bangladesh? Are the babies born in Bangladesh have less right to the oil fields of Saudi Arabia? I don't know, but the fact is that political organization of the world into nation states is a recent, in historical terms, phenomenon. Feudal states became obstacles to economic progress. Feudal states as political organization became obstacles to economic progress because, first of all, there were not guarantees to private property, because private property is only a function of the state, the government decision to protect it. So if the neighbor would invade a nation state, the neighbor state so private property would disappear in a day. So it was not possible to develop private property and enterprise and economic development if there was not enough guarantees to private property. So feudal states were not a strong enough guarantee. Commerce, you would have hundreds of tolls all over the rivers. In the Rhine, there were more than 500 tolls. So there couldn't be no commerce. There was no possibility to have a national currency if there were a lot of little states. Much less so to do great infrastructure projects such as roads or desiccation drainage projects. So clearly, as a political organization, the feudal organization became an obstacle to the evolving economic reality. It was like the clothes that are beginning too small for a growing child. And so in other words, the feudal political organization became an obstacle to progress. And whenever a political organization becomes an obstacle to progress, it disappears. The economic reality and the technical reality wins. Now, today, the nation-state organization, so the feudal state organization disappeared and nation-states appeared, and nation-state had what was needed for economic progress at the time. They were able to guarantee private property so that economic progress could happen. They were able to have national currencies. They were able to have wide markets without tolls every 2 blocks. They were able to do the infrastructure building that was necessary. And so the world progressed enormously through nation states and capitalism. But now we have reached another point where nation states are almost as obsolete as feudal states were 500 or 600 years ago. Nation states have become an obstacle to progress. Nation states make it difficult to solve the environmental issues, which are internationally clearly. Nation states create the risk of nuclear annihilation. How more crazy can we be? And to create an organization which alongside brings this this risk. Nation states, how are we going to exploit the sea resources, for example? The United States goes to the moon and then they put a flag on in the moon and they say it belongs to them. It's like if they think we are still in the age of conquest, like Christopher Columbus or something, but I think there is a little bit of difference in the world today. So clearly, I believe nation states will become weaker and weaker, and the faster they disappear, the better, because they create hatreds and they create inequality and they create environmental degradation. We already see the European Union and some free trade agreements and things, but I think we'll have to advance much more into this new kind of world organization. I don't know exactly what the shapes of this will be, but what is clear today is that it's a very similar situation as it was 500 or 600 years ago with the feudal states, how they became an obstacle to progress. Today, nation states are an obstacle to progress. The bright young people from Latin America cannot come work in the United States. The United States cannot invest in other countries. I mean, so the sooner the better we do away with the nation state. I don't know what shape will be the world governments or that will come after with some councils or United Nations. I don't know exactly, but clearly I think it's an obsolete organization for human society.